This week, we're talking Solo, new movies, and we finally get up close and personal with some priceless Lucasfilm artifacts.
Spoilers, they did not let us touch anything.
Probably for the best.
This is the Star Wars Show from the Lucasfilm headquarters in San Francisco. Here's your hosts, Andy and Anthony.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Star Wars Show, the only Star Wars show on the internet that is having a really hard time coming up with something to talk about this week.
Yeah, it's been really slow around the office. There's nothing Star Wars related to talk about this week.
Yeah, we should probably just end the episode now and go home.
Yep. JK, my babies, hit me with that news transition.
Yesterday, during an earnings call, Disney CEO Bob Iger revealed that there will be more Star Wars on the way in the very near future.
In addition to news that there was not just one, but a few Star Wars television series in development, he shared that David Benioff and D.B. Weiss, the executive producers and creators of the Game of Thrones television series, will write and produce a new series of Star Wars films, separate from both the Skywalker saga and Rian Johnson's recently announced trilogy. Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy stated, "David and Dan are some of the best storytellers working today. Their command of complex characters, depth of story, and richness of mythology will break new ground and boldly push Star Wars in ways I find incredibly exciting." In a joint statement, Benioff and Weiss said, "In the summer of 1977, we traveled to a galaxy far, far away, and we've been dreaming of it ever since. We are honored by the opportunity, a little terrified by the responsibility, and so excited to get started as soon as the final season of Game of Thrones is complete."
And that's actually really exciting. Also, just in case they need a quick primer, in Star Wars, walkers are giant mechanical beasts that like to hang out on ice, but they are not ice people. I find them both very scary, but they are different things entirely.
I'm so glad you cleared that up for me.
Yeah, I do what I can.
On Sunday, during the legally approved term for the sporting match known as The Big Game, or Superb Owl, viewers were treated to their first look at Solo, a Star Wars story.
Then on Monday, bam, we got the full teaser with looks at Han, Lando, Qi'ra, Chewie, and more.
But you know what we found interesting? The Millennium Falcon. It looks a little different than it has in the past.
Cleaner? I think the word you're looking for is cleaner.
The version of the Falcon we see in the teaser is actually the closest we've ever seen to what a brand new or well taken care of version of the Corellian freighter would look.
The design was heavily inspired by early Ralph McQuarrie designs with the sleek, sharp look, as well as having the radar dish pointing up, the single gun on top, and of course, a slick blue paint job.
But the Solo mania doesn't stop there. 4 brand new teaser posters were also released this week.
Each sporting an old school Western feel, the posters feature Solo, Chewie, Lando, and Qi'ra heroically posing inside color coordinating locations from the film, with the Falcon being chased by 3 TIE fighters below. Cosplayers, get to your sewing machines.
And that same new Falcon you may have noticed is on the shirt I'm wearing this week.
That's because Star Wars Force for Change is returning to the Disney parks later this month with new shirts and pins for adults and children featuring the Solo, a Star Wars story logo.
These new designs join the logo design currently available in the parks, and best of all, 25% of all retail sales will be donated to UNICEF USA in support of UNICEF Kid Power.
For more information, be sure to check out forceforchange.com.
Finally, whenever there's a new teaser or trailer for a new Star Wars film, we like to gather your reactions so we can all share in your joy and excitement together like one big happy Star Wars family.
So now, without further ado, here are your reactions to Solo, a Star Wars story.
Enjoy.
Hey everybody, Jonas Suotamo here, about to watch the Solo trailer. Really excited about it, and here we go.
You're not really excited for this.
I've been running scams on the street since I was 10.
Oh man. Boy, he looks good. Oh dang.
I was kicked out of the flight academy.
Oh my god.
Do this.
I'm gonna be a pilot.
Yes, you will be a pilot. Oh,
Best in the
the
galaxy.
best word ever.
Oh. Hey, kid. I'm putting together a crew.
Fuck the call. Yes.
You in?
Chewie!
That's yes.
Whoa.
That might be the only person.
Oh.
Who knows?
Who that? Really digging the vision.
What you really are.
Yes.
What's that?
What?
A scoundrel.
Oh shit.
Oh my
Get ready.
word!
Bam, 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 bam!
Ooh, I thought we were in trouble there for a second, but it's fine. We're fine.
Yeah.
my God!
Looks fun. Looks fun.
Most common questions I've gotten, do you ever just go and play with the blasters? Pew, pew, pew.
And the answer is?
No.
Liar.
I never do. My name is Madlyn Burkert, and I am Lucasfilm's Collections and Exhibitions Archivist. In a lot of places, being an archivist means working with a collection of objects that may never need to be used again. Their purpose may be limited to being on display or being photographed for research and reference. And while we do that with our collection of Star Wars artifacts, there's also every day the chance that they may need to be used in a film again. Here we have Finn's jacket. This is from episode 7. This is the pre-lightsaber injury Finn jacket. I went to graduate school for library science. I asked myself, where would you want to work for free? The answer to that was the Jim Henson Company. This kind of opened the doors to contacts in different film studios. And in the summer of 2011, I was a Jedi Academy intern working in the film archive up at Skywalker Ranch. Turns out, when Lucasfilm was looking to create a new collection after they started making new films, they needed an archivist, and that became me. These are crystal cases. This is from Rogue One. They're considered background, but even for background, I mean, the detail's pretty amazing. No day is the same as the day before. One day we might be working with some high-end licensees. Another day I might be somewhere else in the world setting up a display. And then other days it might just be collection maintenance and upkeep. When looking at the artifacts, it's incredible to see movie magic at work. So you'll look at something that on screen looks incredibly complex, and in real life it may be that there's no back to it, or the materials used might be something that is available at a hardware store. On the other hand, there are some incredibly intricately created objects that the full extent of just never get seen on screen. So it's really neat to be able to not only see those for myself, but also to share it with other people. This is Captain Phasma's rifle. So this is her hero version. So this would be one that could be featured for close-ups. It's properly weighted. One of the unsung things about working in an archive is that often it's you and a lot of objects. So occasionally you might turn a corner and forget that the day before you left a shore trooper somewhere. One example of the type of project that myself and my team would participate in is we often are invited to showcase some of our objects at various Comic-Cons. This past year, we were lucky enough to work on a Star Wars themed booth for The Last Jedi. That was at New York Comic-Con. We set up several costumed mannequins. We had some helmets on hand. There's definitely some moments where I take a look at some of these objects and I cannot quite believe I'm seeing them for myself. One object that I find incredibly cool is Kelly Marie Tran's ring that she wears in The Last Jedi. The fact that it actually opens and articulates, that kind of blew me away. It's incredibly cool. I always thought it would be really neat to do something related to preserving the legacy of film and sort of celebrating film's history. There is a need to take care of these kinds of collections. So the fact that I can be the guardian of objects that are so celebrated by so many people in the world makes it all that much more fun.
Watching the Star Wars show.
Last week we asked about your favorite Star Wars experience.
Lucas Colmenares on YouTube said, sitting in a room last year with hundreds of Star Wars fans, George Lucas, Harrison Ford, Mark Hamill, etc., listening to the master, John Williams, silence a room and conduct a full orchestra. Goosebumps just thinking about it.
Republic of Jeff said his favorite Star Wars experience was getting engaged to his fiancée at Star Wars Celebration in front of the 3 Fets, and Dapper Fett said his favorite was watching his wife walk down the aisle to Han Solo and the princess at their wedding.
And finally, Maddie Potter shared his story of camping out for 5 days in Chicago for episode 1, saving the day one evening by bringing a tarp to shield the fans from a torrential downpour.
And with that, we wrap up another fun-filled episode of the Star Wars Show. Remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, talk to us in the community tab on YouTube, and download the Star Wars app.
Thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you. My baby!
My babies!
My babies!
Do not make my babies a thing.
I think it already happened when you weren't paying attention. That's your catchphrase.
Yeah.
Hey, babies! Woo!